Hey everyone, I'm Marie Guasan. I'm from Debutify, your all-in-one toolkit for building e-commerce businesses. In this creator economy, the line between being a content creator and a business owner is slowly fading away. Whether it's selling chocolate bars or coffee or energy drinks, or even your own fitness apparel, creators are slowly finding ways on how to expand their income streams. So, in this webinar, we'll talk about what you actually need to start your own e-com business and our tips and tricks in making this as easy and as effective as possible. So, see you guys there.
Hello everyone, how are you? How's it going? Let me know where you're from in the chat. Let me know if you are a BIGVU user or you're a Debutify user. Actually, today is going to be much different than our regular webinars because we partner with Debutify, which is an e-commerce service platform that helps you from A to Z, to from an idea to the whole creation, the launching, the design, everything through them. So we're just going to welcome them. We're just going to have a bunch of questions to ask, and it's going to be super interactive. And don't worry, if you cannot stay all along the way, this will be recorded and it will be available on our YouTube channel or the Debutify YouTube channel. So don't worry about it. We're here. And for all of you that stay until the end, there's going to be a special promo for Debutify. So make sure you stay there. So let's welcome Marie, content specialist from Debutify. How are you, Marie? Hello, Marie. How are you?
Hey Philip, I'm good. I'm very excited to be here right
Amazing.
now. Looking forward to share our expertise here with you guys and also with the whole creator economy right here.
Amazing. And where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm currently right now I am in Spain, enjoying the Spanish sun, enjoying it too much, I would say. We're currently experiencing a heat wave here in Spain, but the show must go on, and that's life.
Amazing. I think it's all Europe and the US. It's a very hot
It is.
summer,
It is.
but it's fun. Amazing.
I would take it. I would take it
Yeah.
against the winter anytime.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. It's better. Yeah. It's gonna be a good summer. But I hope that everybody stays with a nice environment and you don't get overheated by the sun. Especially kids and old people can be danger. So be aware of that. Anyways, so Debutify, all right, e-commerce business. I remember the first time that I saw Debutify, I didn't really understand. So, I mean, you're a content specialist. Your goal, if I understand well, you can correct me, is that you want to show people exactly how the platform works and make it in a simple, easy way for them to understand everything. Is that right?
Exactly. It's not just the platform for me, actually. It's the whole e-commerce as a business. I came from the creator side as well. I'm a content creator myself. Sometimes I also was thinking about like, why don't I launch my own e-com business? And to me, it was always such a big overwhelming topic. Where do I start? How do I begin? Like, what are the things I need to do? And even right now, like, a lot of our big creators are already starting their own merchandise or their own, e-com business. Like, how do I do that too? But a lot of it was being blocked by these limitations that we have in our head, the thinking that e-commerce is such a hard thing to do. So what I'm trying to do as the content specialist of Debutify is not just to promote our platform, but to actually promote e-commerce as a whole, to make it as easy and as simple to you guys as possible.
Amazing. Starting an e-commerce, yeah, it can be overwhelmed with all the things. So, Bruno, show us the first question. Let's start with the first question and let's get started. All right, so this one is the cool one. Since when you're in Debutify, how did you join? Do you know how they started, when they started, and what's been the journey?
Sure. Okay. So let's start with Debutify. Debutify, we are a software company and we support DTC brands or direct to consumer brands in their endeavors. It was founded in 2020 by our CEO Ricky, and it slowly, actually quickly, became a trusted name in the industry. Several people came to Debutify. A lot of brands started using it. Our flagship product is the Debutify theme. It's a highly converting, user-friendly, very customizable theme for creating online stores. This theme also includes 60 different add-ons, and I would talk about it later on. And it's simplifying integration, it's saving you time and resources, and it just makes it even easier for you to actually convert your viewers into customers. We also recently launched our new app called the Debutify Reviews. And this one is all about collecting photo and video reviews. You know how, like, when you're, even you, Philip, when you're shopping
Yes.
and you see a product, before you do anything, of course you check the reviews. I myself am doing that. So with the Debutify Reviews, we're trying to help e-com owners as well to actually have that and collect reviews and show it on their website. So we're always constantly expanding our product suite to assist DTC brands in launching and managing and even scaling their own business. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I joined Debutify. Like I told you, I was a content creator. So I was like, how did a content creator come to, this whole e-com space and this whole software space, right? But one of the things when I arrived was just because Ricky, like the CEO, he was just very authentic in just saying that we really just want to help our customers, and it's all about transparency, it's all about the being genuine, and they all know about it. Even sustainability, I was telling him that one of the big things for me is sustainability. How do we actually make a sustainable business, not just like a one-off business, have something there that's good for me, good for the business, and good for the environment. And he had a lot of like these things to help business owners in making this possible.
Great, great, great. And how? I mean, one of the questions that occurs for me before we jump into the next one is how people integrate the Debutify. Like, can you have an existing website and integrate the Debutify, or you have to start your own website with your theme?
Yeah, sure. So normally we first started it as an integration of Shopify, but even without Shopify, you can also put the Beautify theme in it. So it's a good complement in both ways.
Amazing, but it's not it's not a plugin, right?
It's not a plugin.
It's a whole theme that you inserted and then you can customize.
Yeah. So imagine if the Beautify theme is the whole theme, and our add-ons are the plugins. So you have 60 different add-ons that you can choose, and it's catered to really e-commerce. When you're making your own website, there's like several. You get overwhelmed by all these add-ons and plugins and everything. So for us, we kind of like simplify everything. These are the things that you need, and we always also listen to our customers. If our customers are saying we need this, we need that, we always develop it for more.
So that's great. So you mean that if I want to start my e-commerce, I just go to Debutify, I get my theme and my plugins. I don't have to
Yeah.
look elsewhere.
No,
All
you
right,
just have that.
that's good.
Simple.
So it's a one-stop shop, Debutify,
That's exactly it.
for
It's a
e-commerce
one-stop shop.
business. All right, it's very good. All right, amazing. I'm starting to really like this product. So Bruno, let's pop up the second question. All right. So this one is more practical. So, all right. So now you got your theme, you got your Debutify, the best plan you can get, you got all the plugins. But what's the strategy? What's the best practice for building an online presence? What fundamentals you need to have in order to have a successful launch?
Sure. So when you think about online presence, people always just think that it's just social media, right? When in fact, it's a whole thing. It's not just social media, it's not just Instagram, not just TikTok. It's we're doing something here right now on YouTube, right? We're also doing things. But in addition to that, that also includes the websites, that also includes your emails, that also includes your founders' LinkedIn stories as well. So I'm just saying is it encompasses everything. So you have to make sure that you follow your customer's journey from finding out about your brand to being a lurker. Normally, they still lurk first. then to going to your website and actually converting that website. So some small things off the back of my mind, I would say have great visuals, have great copy that actually, funnels these customers in, have great extensions and great plugins like what you were saying. A lot of people think like when they're making their e-commerce business, it's just like, let's slap on a website and that's it. When in fact, no, you ever heard of these 7 points of contact, right? With ads and everything. I actually was also, I heard, like, I was working with several clients before me as a content creator, and my content is doing so well that leads them to their website. But then, a content creator's videos, photos, it can just do so much. But if the website is not
You want to
converting,
convert, yeah, or we're
it,
just a
you know,
consumer.
exactly,
That
it doesn't
has
make sense to
that
just
has happened to everyone. Yeah, or
yeah.
an application.
So,
It has happened to BIGVU. Honestly,
mhm,
we create a lot of video ads. We create a lot of ways, and especially all of our users, we tell them where you come from. It's like, I watch an ad, but
mhm.
eventually,
But after
when
that,
we didn't have the right um, application onboarding or the right website onboarding, we lost some users because not everyone understands the message. That's
exactly.
usually happens. So have the right copy, have the right visuals. Is You're right.
Hmm.
It makes the whole process. It's a whole cycle. Like you need to polish everything. But
Exactly.
also, guys, don't stay years to polish a website. Just launch it out there when you think it's good, and you'll learn from the run. Because
Exactly. I would say that that's true. Like our CEO or our mentor Ricky, he was like mentoring me when I was starting my ecom business. He was saying like, you know what? Just do this first, see how it goes, and you learn along the way. Because I remember someone also told me like when you launch something and you're not ashamed of it, you launch it too long, you launch it too late. It's like that's true. That's something that we always learn along the way. We don't go from 0 to 100. You go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. So anyway, going back to that question, it's the same thing. Like when you want to build an online presence, sometimes people are also very overwhelmed about like building a content strategy that's like from 0 to 100. When in fact you can just be like, first you feel like if you want to post a story on Instagram, see how it goes. You want to make a video, see how it goes, and just do 1% every day. That is the fact with social media platforms. A lot of the algorithms of these social media platforms rely on consistency. The more you post, the better it is. It doesn't happen overnight. A lot of the success never happens overnight. Of course, we have viral videos, viral TikToks that does help a lot on e-commerce strategies. But to build a loyal following and to build a loyal community, the best thing is for you to stay consistent on the platform and stay and make sure that you redirect them. You have a funnel to redirect them to your sales.
very nice, very nice, Marie. So let's keep on going. Also, the chat. If you have questions, and I love to know if somebody's watching the stream. If you have your own e-commerce website, let us know. Share the link with us. It could be interesting. And I see somebody that on the comments that say that it was a user from you, and he had a
Awesome.
says, "Hi there, I'm from Germany and I use the Debutify theme." So we got somebody there which is familiar with the Debutify. So amazing. So Bruno, can you
That's
show
great.
question number 3? Sorry to interrupt you there. All right. So this one is where we actually see the real thing. So, do you have any case studies or successful e-commerce business that have used the theme of Debutify and they have had a good online presence and eventually what everybody signed up for, which is the drive revenue growth?
Okay, great. So I would say our first case study would actually be that guy in our comments right now. Like if whoever's that viewer, I think his name is Matthew, you're an avid customer of Debutify. We would love to see what you're saying right now. We're priding ourselves. That's why we have Debutify reviews, because we're priding ourselves with the reviews of our customers. So don't just take our word from it. Take the word of your viewers right there. But aside from that, obviously, let's one of my favorite case studies is actually from this one brand in Australia that we really help well, and that's also close to my heart because we were talking about this with Bruno. Like, I love coffee. I think everybody loves coffee, right? Especially during the pandemic, when we couldn't really go out, get our own coffee. To find that specialty coffee that's really good and close to our hearts and just deliver it straight to our door, that was like $1 million idea at that time. So with this one client that we have, it's called Laughing Pug, which is a really cute name. Actually, it's really nice. It started as a startup and it now supplies premium coffee blends to businesses in Australia and in New Zealand.
Wow.
So one of the reasons why Laughing Pug became a huge success in Australia was because they had great content already. They allow people to get consistently good coffee with little to no effort. So in fact, if you need a cup of hot and cold hot water, you just sorry, hot coffee, you just need to get hot water in it, and it's amazing. It feels like you are actually living in a luxurious world with that coffee. But although they have this great marketing strategy in mind, they were making like $1,000 to $1,500 per day. When a certain marketing agency audited them, they realized that there was something that was off. So when they were running ads, the cost per purchase was around $9, but then they were only offering like $7 for their coffee samples. So in the sense, they were actually just giving away free samples. They were not earning anything from there. And they thought that that's fine. We are getting a lot of people to go to our website. We thought that was okay. Facebook ads really helped them a lot to get their business out in the open, but it wasn't enough for them to grow. So they tried to install Debutify theme. So Debutify theme kind of like transformed their e-commerce business into a whole sales funnel, sales booster, and that grabs the attention from customers. Why? The biggest one was actually because of user experience. So a lot of you, like maybe Philip, you buy something, you buy coffee, let's say, you buy coffee from a website.
Mhm.
One of the biggest things that I hate is waiting for the page to load, which a lot of websites are actually having a hard time to do. I'm a very impatient person. I want to know how it goes and everything.
But that has to do with
Um,
the hosting, right?
it has to do also with the website theme, because the theme, if it's too big, if it's
Yes.
like very content centric, then it doesn't make sense, like even with the hosting. Yeah, so you can have actually a really, let's say, subpar
Mhm.
hosting, but actually a really great theme to complement it. You don't have to pay for a really big volume of hosting. But aside from that, they were also using these add-ons. Like, for example, they have the collection filter add-ons, which allows visitors to filter the products on the collection page. They have like, we have this add-on, and they use that for like how much discount each purchase is making. So this is all about psychology, which I absolutely love. Like, that's why I got into marketing. I'm like, if you put this tiny tweak on your website, that just changes everything. Even just having the small animation to your add to cart button, to make it a little bit more seen by the audience, that already gives a big difference on what the people
Right,
is
man.
on what the people buy. Sorry. So even with, we also have this thing called upselling bundles. You've probably had that before. You would be like, you would buy a shirt,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, and then the website would say like, I think this shorts would fit perfect for you, and if you buy this shirt and this shorts, we can give it to you in a bundle. So Laughing Pug actually used that a lot to create bundle offers to get customers to buy a number of products with just one click. And that's the thing, when you're making a business and you're making a website, you have to make it as frictionless as possible, the least clicks that they need to do. Also with cart upsells, and that's just one of the like 60 add-ons, some of the 60 add-ons that we have.
Mm-hmm.
That's just incredibly and mind-blowing. Like, before I came into this e-commerce state, I would just always buy and buy and buy, and then now that I see all of these, I'm like, I've been tricked.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the things that you have to know if you're a business owner, and it's just super easy when you start doing it with Debutify.
Great.
So yeah, so in the sense with Laughing Pug, they just increase after 2 months of working with Debutify or using the Debutify theme, they increased their daily sales by 400%. They have a 5 times increase in return on ad spend, and with their new Facebook ads campaigns, they've been doubling their monthly revenue just in 2 months. And right now, they're aiming to generate more than 200,000 sales, $200,000 a month in sales over the next 12 months.
Wow, it's a
So
good
that's
business.
just one of the first
Can,
things. Yeah.
can we,
It's amazing.
Bruno just mentioned, can we show it?
Yeah, I think I sent you
Yeah,
guys the link.
he can show it. Bruno, you want to show it? Here we go. So that's the coffee website. Amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's aside from just, like functional and everything, it's also really beautiful. That's the thing. So you're kind of like customizing your websites, making it your own, but it's also easy for you to make it like easy to the eyes.
Amazing. Yeah.
Um,
And Bruno, if you can
yeah.
also share the link in the chat so people can actually read for the case study. So you can actually read because it's an amazing case study. Amazing. Wow. So I understand. So it's like, it's like going to a store, right? I mean, I remember university, I mean, I graduated so many years ago, but I remember having this class about social psychology.
Mm-hmm.
And the thesis was all about when you have a story, it's all about the environment. Like, from the smell to even candles to,
Exactly.
to make you feel that you want to stay there, to make you feel that it's comfortable, to make you feel that you don't want to leave. And I think that's what you're trying to do online, right? You're trying to
Exactly.
create a
Exactly.
theme that makes people want to stay, that makes
Yeah, I
people.
mean, right now, even now, I mean, DTC has been here for years already. But even in the university, like what you said, in university, the things we learn are for physical stores. So a lot of these things we kind of just like make it into our digital store. How do you actually make a digital store? Because a lot of us now we don't like. That's the thing. How much e-commerce has evolved in this time that you don't even need to have an inventory space in order to start selling. And that's the thing that we want to tell people. You want to start business with a beautify theme and having all of this. We even have a lot of education. We have a lot of educational YouTube videos up on our channel to help you guys actually start your own e-commerce business. So with this one, like what you're saying about like the things in university, that's very important as well. And now it's kind of like welcome to 2023. This is how it's going to be, this is how it's working, and I'm really excited to see how it goes in the future years as well. So with Debutify, we're also really trying our best to kind of be in the trends, always knowing what's happening, especially now with AI. So a lot of things are going to happen soon.
Amazing. And how many people use Debutify?
We have over the past years over 200,000 happy customers.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, a lot of
A lot
businesses.
of websites.
Mm. Probably if you look at your website, you would be like, oh, this is from Debutify. I mean, the thing is, when you look at the website, it's Debutify is highly, highly customizable. So you
Okay.
don't really see it as kind of like a template, or like
I
a theme,
understand.
But then
But
if you look
what
at
about
their
you? If we go to a random website, would you recognize this Debutify or not?
honestly, I wouldn't. But I know like if you go in a source code, you would see there like, oh, okay, it's actually Debutify.
Okay.
I'm like, oh,
So
cool.
if I put you, okay, that could be a good test. I put your
But
website,
yeah.
maybe with Debutify on our website, no, maybe with that, and you should guess.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All right. So, Bruno, can you show us the next question, please? All right. So this has to do a little bit about us. So can you discuss the role of video marketing in boosting online presence and driving customer engagement? What types of contents have you found to be most effective for e-commerce business? So we talk about bringing people to a website. You talk about creating content. So, all right, let's say the website is good, onboarding. So now you need to bring them to the website, and you're a content creator. So what kind of videos would you make? I know that e-commerce has so many sections between selling coffee, selling clothes, or selling a shampoo. There's so many things. So what do you think is key? Like, is there something that we don't know?
So right now, what's, let's say, trendy is user generated content, especially with the
Mhm.
rise of TikTok. That's also one of the key components of me as a content creator. I do UGC on the side. So a lot of these things with not just UGC, but also customer testimonials, not coming from influencers, just from your average normal human being, actually your target customers, getting the feel of how they do it in their own lives and just how they normally use it on an organic way. But aside from user generated content, I'm not just saying that's the only thing you need to do to bring them to your website, but it's always a mix, with content. So let's talk content strategy right now. Welcome to Marie's consultation for content strategy. Basically, with content strategy for e-commerce business, it's not just a one thing for all. Like I'm a UGC creator. I'm not just saying you just have to use UGC. I'm also an influencer, and I'm not just saying just put all your budget on influencers. So you have to to figure out a balance between getting organic content and at the same time getting the reach and tapping into influencers to get that big push at the start. But that's not all. You can also have, let's say, like I said, customer testimonials. You can even have founder stories. Like a lot of in the content, a lot of people are actually, a lot of founders are starting to become the face of their brand. Like I said, the in the start in my teaser, the line between a business owner and a content creator is slowly fading away. Why? Because a lot of content creators are starting their own business, and a lot of business owners realize that they do need to be content creators in order to improve their business. So with these founder stories, a lot, especially on TikTok, a lot of people resonate more if they know the origin story of this brand. I always like to say that people buy from people and not from brands. So when you're out there marketing your products, make sure that you're marketing it on a human basis, and not on a brand basis. Because if you're marketing that on a brand, you're putting yourself on a pedestal. People are not going to buy from you. People want to buy from people who they can relate to. And that's why, aside from that, when you're trying to get yourself out there, you can also even put like educational videos. You know how a lot of these content creators who, let's say, they only sell, let's say, hair oil. I follow this girl who is doing hair oil, and she just educates all the time about like what oil to use, how to do her routine, and
Mhm.
all of these things. And just she started selling her own hair oil. So it's all about like these founder stories, putting out education videos, even about like different things in their life. And the last thing is actually really good, which I also think that you can do with BigView, is these BTS storytelling. I don't know if you've seen those things where they would take a video of how they would package an order or something like that, and they would just do a storytelling about like, I can't believe my customer said this to me, something like that. or
Yeah, yeah, I've
or
seen
my
that.
customer wanted me to do this for her husband, and then she would say, I started doing it this way and this way. A lot of things, because people love a good story. It's not just about promoting your product. No, it's all about figuring out how to make a story out of this journey that you're always having. E-commerce is a journey, and so you always have to enjoy that journey. So that is also a really good content that you're making. And especially if you're making content, let's say that you're just doing voiceovers, I think one of the things that we saw that actually really works well is to have subtitles on those videos, especially with the education videos as well. Education and behind the scenes storytelling, those are the ones that perform well, are actually the ones with subtitles on, because 70% of people who are browsing on Instagram or on TikTok actually don't browse it on with sounds. That me too. Like usually I would be like, have the volume at just like,
Okay, they don't watch the video with sound. That's right.
yeah. So it's really good if you have those subtitles in right there.
Yeah, amazing. You can actually make all of that. If you need a talking head video, captions, you can do it directly with BigView.
Yeah, and you also have those teleprompters, right? Like that one is a lifesaver for me when
Yeah,
I
teleprompter. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
BigView starts with teleprompter, and
exactly.
still the best teleprompter out there. And even we have some competition, but still the best. Like it's very like you can adjust it, control it. You can do so many with it. and then you can add captions and logo. But it's made for people like small businesses, as you say, those founders, people that they need to actually go out there and create their own content.
Yeah.
It's not made for real content creators.
Mm-hmm. I
It's made
would.
for like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's made
I
for
would
a small
say
business, like people that have
definitely. Yeah.
not experience, and they need to
Mm-hmm.
make a video quick, and they need to make a video in 3 clicks. That's
Yeah.
where BigView comes in.
I would
You
say
can take
even for me as a content creator, I would love. I always use BigView too because like it just makes my life so much easier. Like you would say, I've been a content creator for maybe like 5 years, but having
yeah,
that teleprompter feature and having that thing that just like cuts everything right away for me, I'm like, I don't need an editor. I just need to do that, and then boom, I can post it right away in my social. So
that's
no
right.
matter how good you're, like how long you've been in this whole content space, like these tools that we currently have are not
But
your
exactly,
enemy.
that's the point. We do have a lot of content creators, but when I speak to them, I ask them, "What do you use?" They only use the teleprompter
Mm,
because they want to get their lines. They want to say it concisely. They want to don't waste time and be able to make many gifs as they can, and be able to be professional and so on, and keep eye contact, everything to look good. But to take the video to the next level, add captions, themes, and so on. Sometimes they take it elsewhere. Sometimes they send it and somebody else do it. But for people that really needs to do all the video and they don't know how to do it, this is BigView
good
comes in.
way. Yeah, yeah.
It's one place shop like the Debutify in their niche,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. You just press a few buttons and you have a whole video. And now we have AI social media, so you can schedule your posts. Your post can be written by AI. So pretty much you should only focus your business and make videos, and we should do like Marie says. All of us should grab our phones and record ourselves, talk a story. And it's very, I want to say something very funny. You say that, okay, you need to tell your story to make videos engageable, video to boost visibility, to bring people, emotions and so on, to tell the real story. And we partnered since last year with TikTok because we actually promote our videos on TikTok, and they invited us to a webinar where they were showing videos that work very well on TikTok. And there was a video about a woman that used to do a lot of, how's it called? This thing that woman put on their hair. Let's say, look, I found this. Like you put on your hair like this.
Okay.
How's it called? It's not a scarf. Is
A headband?
I don't what?
A headband or what?
Yeah, headband. Yeah, no, it could be like, yeah, you put it like this when you go to the beach, or people just put it like that. So she was selling a lot like that. A lot of people were also as scarves. So she used to do all the packagings, and all her video was her doing the packaging. And then
Mm.
she had so many orders that she had to get her husband to make it. So she's recording. It's like, look, my husband is making yours, and that boosts her sales a lot.
Exactly. Some people. I mean, TikTok is really like a big ball game right now. Like a lot of people, we have our own strategies there. The most basic one is to just be unhinged.
It's
A
a,
lot
it's
of
a,
people just
it's a head rub. It's a
head
thank
wrap.
you, Camila. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Exactly. I want to know who that is because I need one right now. It's like it's so hot. I told you, like I
Yeah,
need
you go to, yeah,
some.
exactly. Or
Yeah.
if you live in a place with humidity and
Yeah.
all the girls, and then you have your hair, and then it's like, I can't stand my hair. It becomes so heavy for
Yeah.
you, so just put it in.
Exactly. So that's the thing with content strategy, right? Like you make something that still sticks to their people's mind that like out of a blue in this conversation you would think about them. And that's the beauty of the content that you're supposed to start doing. You don't have to be like so professional. You don't have to be like you don't have to act like like you don't have to try to be funny if you're not funny. Just feel it out of out of the bottom of your heart. If you want a channel that's more, let's say, educational and more inspiring, then do that. If you want a channel that's more, let's say, more on the other side of like just being playing pranks and playing funny games, then sure, do that. But I would say to have a consistent messaging that aligns with the product and aligns with the platform as well. I would say actually to my clients, like how you are on Instagram might be very different from how you are on TikTok, because that is two
Oh
different
yeah,
things
you can
as well.
say.
Yeah. But the good thing is you're attracting two different demographics instead of just one.
That's right.
Mhm.
All right, Marie, let's go for the next question. Um, Bruno can show us. All right. So, how can business effectively use influencer marketing to promote their e-commerce products and expand their online reach?
Awesome. I really like this question because I touched up on it a while ago, right? So we have already currently the user generated content. So a lot
Yeah,
of
you can differentiate between, what is UGC. I mean,
yeah,
you explain the difference between influencer and UGC.
sure.
That could all explain a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay, so UGC or user generated content. I like to say it actually as creator generated content because it's not necessarily a user. Sometimes the creator becomes a user after the project, and sometimes it's actually a real user who tried to make the video. So UGC, CGC, whatever you call it, it's basically when you get a content creator to produce a video that is well produced as well, like following, let's say, ad standards, copywriting guidelines. That's what we call it, like have a structure of like finding first the attention, getting the attention, getting the interest, the desire, the action. The frameworks different there's different types of frameworks. A lot of research also goes into that, but this produced video only gets posted on the brand's account. It never gets posted on the creator's account. So this brand the doesn't use the influence that creator has. So some UGC creators are actually, they don't have a following, or if they do have a following, it might just be like 1,000 or less. Some creators, myself included, are also influencers. So they kind of just like, I love making videos, I love making content, but I don't want to, let's say, saturate my feed with sponsored posts on sponsored posts. So these creators start to create UGC and work with the brands. They love working with brands without the expense of their reach, of their audience. So in this sense, it's a win-win because creators still get compensated and still get to work with brands that they love, while brands have the option to actually get strategic and also well-produced content at a very, very affordable price because they are not paying for the influencers reach. Whereas influencer marketing is basically giving a brief to an influencer. Sometimes the influencer is not a UGC creator. From experience, and I'm not saying this as a general rule, UGC creators tend to have more research on their end and just, like, okay, they research the brand's target audience, what to do, and obviously because they are a content creator for the brand. Whereas influencers, they think more about obviously like their audience. So they just kind of structure their video based on what their audience would like to see. So in that sense, they might not have a certain framework, they might not have a certain way of saying they can do it in a skit or something like that. It's more organic as well. But in a sense, like they do get higher reach, obviously, especially if the creator has more following than the brand itself. But at the same time, it does come at a price. So there are pros and cons to both. And I would say if you are to run ads, I would say to go more with UGC. And if you want to go with more organic reach, you would go for influencers.
Mm-hmm.
Go to dive deeper on influencer marketing, a lot of people would be like, no, I cannot afford influencers. When in fact, it really depends on how, you don't have to work with macro influencers, with great influencers, Kim Kardashian, all of these things. You don't have to work straight with them. You can always work with content creators or influencers rather that even just have less than 10,000 following or less than 5,000 following. We call them micro influencers and nano influencers. And they're the ones who actually care more about your brands and who actually have greater engagement rate. So one thing, as both a strategist and a content creator and even part of the Debutify, one thing I would tell you guys if you're making your own business and you're tapping into the influencers, do not focus on following as much as if you would focus on engagement rate. So if you would say, you would get let's say a content creator with 100,000 followers, but his engagement rate would be like 1%. which means that only 1,000 people are actually getting, are actually
Watching the video.
getting the video. Whereas, for example, if you get a content creator with an engagement rate of let's say 20%, that's already, I cannot do the math right now, 2,000 2,000 followers, right? So you have to see the math. You have to do the math of that. Also figuring out why, like, with macro influencers, they're more targeted. We have, like, right now we have several communities out there around in Instagram and TikTok. Like I said, this girl who just do content just for hair, she has maybe like 100,000 followers. So all her content are about hair. So that her following, her community is all about hair.
Hmm.
Whereas this girl who has, let's say, a lifestyle influencer, who's a lifestyle influencer with, let's say, 500,000 following, but you don't know exactly what what she is advocating for, and what her audience are actually liking, right? So both influencers can also be very, let's say, can also add value to your content strategy. Depends on where you are on your business. Do you want bigger reach, or do you want more conversions? So one or the other could also depend on your content strategy when in terms of getting into influencer marketing.
Amazing. I agree. I mean, you can use a trick if you able want to promote ads, is that you can ask micro, not micro, like somebody has 1,000, 2,000, as you say, 3,000 followers on TikTok that is starting his, or has been doing UGC for a year or something like that, and then you like this person or this woman, and you ask them for a video. What you can do is that you can tell them to publish the video on their social channel, on their TikTok account, and then they can offer you a Spark Code ID, and then you can promote that idea, and then eventually you're promoting that video as an ad, as like you would do it yourself. It's just that you're giving a lot of exposure and visibility to that user, so there is a win-win between both of you. So that video becomes influencer slash UGC.
Exactly. So we call that thing Spark ads, but I would not suggest that for small businesses, actually. One of the reasons why is it depends on your targeting, and it depends on how much ads you actually create. So for us, what we try to do is really like focus more on organic, and then you go on ads. And at the same time, I did a Spark listing as myself in my influencer page, and the targeting was really different. So in a sense that, like, the people that came to my profile are not my target audience. So I had to spend a whole afternoon removing those followers because it's not something that I would want in my community. So you have to also be careful about like what exactly you're talking to and the creator. It all goes down to coordinating with the creator whenever you want to do Spark ads.
Amazing. We have a few questions. Do you want to answer those questions before we move to the next question?
Sure. Hit me up.
All right. So let's go with this one. Is there a cap on content, product, or revenue ceiling? How much we can make with Debutify?
Is there a cap on content over product on revenue ceiling? That is a good question. I'm pretty sure that Debutify is not related to any revenue at all. So Debutify, we run on a subscription model. So it has nothing to do with, how much revenue you make or whatever you do, So this is, if you can have like $1 million offers, that is on you. And let's say, we are very happy to be supporting you on this journey.
Okay. And then there's a question that I really like. So we got a grandfather who wants to impress their grandchildren.
Amazing. Okay. Can I have my Shopify store and integrate the Debutify into it? Exactly. Yes, you can. You just have to find the Debutify on our website instead of the Shopify App Store and integrate it into your Shopify. So creative access. If you need more questions, we can always help you. Our support system, honestly, is one of the best that I've seen so far. And maybe maybe I'm biased, maybe I'm not, but really, like, they're very, very responsive. So if you want to figure out how to do this for yourself and how to. I'm pretty sure just by figuring out, just by knowing that you want to make an e-commerce store, you're already surprising your children. That's amazing. I wish my grandpa was making this as well. So anyway, but if you want to help, well, if you want some help from Debutify, just hit our support system, and we will help you out on that.
Amazing. Thank you, Marie. So we have two more questions. And then for all the people that want to ask more questions right now, feel free to ask on the chat and we'll answer after these questions. So Bruno, can you show us next question? All right. So thank you very much. Can you share some effective strategies for leveraging customer reviews and testimonials to build trust and credibility for your brand?
Exactly. I love this question because that's exactly why we're starting with the Beautify reviews. So, like I told you, right? Like when you go on in a website, even on Amazon, you just whenever you want to buy something, you want to check the reviews. You don't want you might think everything is a scam right now, right? So, with this one, aside from one of our add-ons of the Beautify theme actually having a trust badge, to make sure that like your payment is legit, everything is legit here. Sometimes actually I remember there was a time that I did not purchase something because their website really looked like a scam. It really looked, and I had to ask my friend. I was like, "Is this legit?" And they were like, "Yeah,
Real,
it's
yeah.
legit." It just looks like that, right? Something that was really off. Ironically, I purchased something on a scam. I got scammed once, not scam, but I got fished once because it looked exactly the same. So I was like, okay, that's why I have to do this trusted badge. So we have this thing called trusted badge. But going back to the question about leveraging customer reviews and testimonials, we have currently the Beautify reviews, and I highly recommend for those of you guys who already have like your own e-commerce business. You can even if you're not using the Beautify theme, you can use the Beautify reviews. It's free for the first 30 days for you to really try it out. And it's the easiest way for you to gather and to collect reviews from your existing customers, even if you've already like sold it, like let's say on AliExpress or Alibaba, or even on several websites before. It's gonna collect all of those reviews, have it to filter, and you can even filter those with profanity, those who are spam, those are a lot of people try to bring you down. So with they Beautify reviews, they can actually figure out which ones are spam and which ones are actually legit reviews. And aside from that, you can also have the option to kind of like filter out, okay, we have like 2-star reviews. How do we actually, let's reach out to this customer so that you can turn these negative reviews into positive ones. And a lot of people were actually going to be, a lot of people actually prefer that. And a lot of people appreciate that from business owners who actually go out of their way to really reach out to customers who had a bad experience with products. So when you're leveraging customer reviews, the biggest thing is to put it on your website. Put it on your website, have it there, so when people check out your products, they already know, okay, these are the reviews that the customers are saying. And it's not that hard to put it on your website, especially if you're using the Beautify theme and you're using the Beautify reviews. So everything is just, let's say, integrated into one. So a lot of people as well is like, when you're starting out and you don't have any, like let's say you don't have any reviews yet, how do you actually get those reviews, right? So when you're having customers, the best way for you would be to reach out to them, right? To ask them. But then you're thinking, what do I say? How do I actually ask them for a review? And like, how do I automate this? So with the Beautify reviews, what we do is we actually give you already like email prompts, and we give you templates on what to say to customers, and you just have to click that, and it asks all your existing customers to be like, hey, you actually purchased with us. What do you think about our product? Do you have like 1 minute to spare? We would love to check. And to incentivize them, you can even give them some, like we also offer like discounts or even perks to give to for their next purchases, to actually close that loop of actually making them into return customers, which is also something that we have on another case study where we actually increased one of our other brands. The name of the brand was Jennifer Lay Lashes. It's about like lashes, and we increased the returning customers by 30%. So it's not just about getting customers in, it's about making the customers go back and back and back. So that's also going to email marketing, which is integrated into our theme. So we also thought about that. We thought about getting how to get reviews, and at the same time, okay, they don't it's not just about asking them for reviews, it's about following up on that, asking for the reviews. And at the same time, once they leave a review, how can you say thank you? So those are the small things that you can do to build trust to your e-com brand, if you get what you mean.
Great. Very Mary, thank you for the answer. Before I see we have a few comments, but before we answer all of that, let's go for our last question. Since we're running a little bit of late, but that's okay. That's a good sign. So all right, so e-commerce. I mean, it's been there for, let's say, many years already, and it's a highly competitive market. I'm sure there's a lot of niche for specific things that you sell, but I'm sure whatever you put out there, there's somebody already doing it. So how can a smaller e-commerce business effectively compete with larger one, especially well-established brands? And this is something that I want to point out here, that I think SEO plays a huge part here, where
It does.
when
It does.
you have established brands and you have a website where a lot of people are talking about that website, or they have a lot of backlinks, and whenever somebody's searching something, because that's internet how it works, you have a question or you search for a specific thing, and then those words become keywords, and eventually it leads you to the right place. And this is where small business needs to rank. So do you think the Debutify helps this in any way, or what do you think in about this question?
Yeah, sure. So, content wise, strategy wise, with any business, what I always say is like, especially if you're a small business, how do you compete with larger, well established brands? I actually love to say that use them as inspiration first, because you can never go from 0 to 100. That's what I always say. You're never from 0 to 100. You're going from 0 to 1 to 2. But what will help you reach 100 is not just yourself, it's your community, it's your active, loyal following. So you have to make sure first that your product is the best there is. So use your investment also, not just for marketing, but use your investment as well for making sure that your product is amazing. A lot of R&D is happening there. And at the same time, for customer service, making sure that, like I said, even the Debutify, we pride ourselves with our customer service and customer support, because we know that that's the way for us to improve, and that's the way for us to know what is next for our business, right? So when you're a small brand and you want to grow big, you can just do so much to promote. You can either put more ads, put more, put more, let's say, SEO, like you said. But the biggest, let's say, your biggest affiliates are your consumers, are your already your past customers. So you have to make sure that you're kind of like nurturing that community that you have, even if it's a small community. You know how, like I always say on TikTok, we have really random communities. Like we have a book talk, for books. Like someone just created a community also for, like, really, let's say, for sustainable brands. A lot of people have also the communities, let's say, for even for sex chocolate. That's really crazy for me. I was like, wow, a lot of people have like random things just there, because when people relate to you and relate to your brand, and they know that they like what you're doing, and they always talk about it, that's how you would, compete with other brands. Aside from that, I would say right now you have to follow the trends as well. Right now, what's happening is, with this is already backed with research, is that people are more keen to support businesses who are in the sustainability route, who are sustainable, who are protecting the environment, who a lot of people are already starting to get veer off fast fashion and try to go into this route. So either you help them with your unique selling points, or with your founder story, and this all goes back to storytelling and to growing that community instead of growing your brand. Because if you grow that community, you're going to grow your own brand.
Great, thank you, Mary. Thank you very much for that question. I mean, that's right. I mean, but it's hard to grow a community, so be prepared for the up and downs. But yeah, you're right. Having a good community is always supportive in the scale of a company, and the growth. I completely agree. Because at the end, companies, websites, commerce, they run all by the same thing. Is people interested in what you do, in what you offer, so they are there and they always come back.
Yeah. And then
Um,
that's the thing, like when you like a lot of small businesses as well, like when they have a purchase, they never really, reach back out again, and that's why a lot, like in the Beautify, and one of our add-ons in the theme is actually to send out post-purchase surveys and really figure out, and even for new newsletters as well, to really reel in those customers and really hear back from them. So it's not a one-way thing. It's not just like, okay, we're the brand here and you're here. No, we're really trying, and that's a good thing with their strategies, to really listen to your customers and make them part of your journey.
Amazing. Really, thank you very much, Marie. Debutify was very generous to offer 25% off for 3 months. So for all of you that stay here and you're interested in using Debutify, make sure you pay less, but it's a good thing. They're here to give you that special discount for 3 months. 3 months actually is a good start, because it shows either you're interested or you're committed to actually using the service that you purchase. So
Yeah.
I think 3 months is a right time.
Yeah, and they could even try it for free for 14 days. So
Oh,
that's nothing there yet. Try it for 14 days,
that's very
and if
perfect.
you like it, you have 25% off for the next 3 months.
So you have a free trial of 14 days.
Yeah.
All right, great. That's very good. That's amazing. That's amazing. And so we have two more questions that I like to go on. Of course, if you like to ask more questions, this is the right time, because we're about to close in a very short time. Make sure there's a QRC code over there that you can actually access by tapping, I believe, on the computer, and also if you're using the phone. And also, Bruno just shared the link. You can actually see the link on the chat. So let's get our questions. I see we have 3 more questions. So the first question: how can I get help to customize the Debutify theme by coding and make it faster by deleting JavaScript? Can Debutify help me with that if I pay? So he's saying that
So this is a very, very technical question, and I would love to help you out on that. But what I can say is to reach out to our customer support and see how we can work with that. They are more on the I'm an engineer by nature, actually, but I'm like, this whole JavaScript thing, I know it's a big thing right now, also with coding. So I don't want to say something that can be right or wrong. But as like I said, we're here to help you out. So if you have any questions, we would love to answer that more technical side on our page.
I think his question is like, is it free code, the website, or do you have like a console that you can code? Like, do you have, for example,
Yeah. So right now it's everything is no code.
no code? All right. Yeah, I mean, no code, free code. I'm sorry. Yeah, no code. That's the right.
Yeah, no code.
Yeah. I was like, free code, no code. Yeah.
Mm.
That's the right keyword. So there's no code. So you don't. So I
No.
believe for his question, I mean, contact the support. Do you have the email for the support?
Yes, the support at debutify.com.
Okay. All right. So let me know, Bruno. Can you type that on chat so they can access? But I believe if it's, I don't want to say nothing wrong, but if it's no code theme, I'm not sure that he's going to be allowed to actually code on the console and change because what he's trying to say is to change the theme style.
Exactly, with coding and everything.
Yeah,
that could be something that we would love to work on in our next. I mean, we have a lot of products down in our pipeline as well. So this is really good input on our end, and it would also help us. For us, it's really like we're making the same as how BIGVU is for small businesses and small creators who are just starting out. Like Debutify is also there to kind of like make it as easy for people who are starting out on their e-commerce businesses as well.
Okay.
And that's why we're trying it on no code. Yeah.
Let's jump on 2 more questions. So what will be the next step for Debutify? What should we look forward to in terms of a more creative website? Do you have any plans for the future?
There are a lot of plans. I don't know how much I can say, But with Debutify and throughout me working with them for the past year already, we're always like trying to improve our product, but not just our product. We're like right now, like website speed and optimization is one of our key things that we're really trying to work
Those
on
are
as
very
well.
important ones.
It's very important. I didn't know how important it was until I was here, and I was like, you know what? Like now that I'm like more conscious about it, I'm like, that's so true. You know, I recently actually like listened to like watch this one like the beginnings of Spotify, and then one of their things is really like this play speed should be like 0.2 seconds. So I'm like, that is also how your website should load, you know, like really 0.2 seconds, really making sure that it's there. And at the same time, we're kind of like working on some other add-ons for our store that can help you really like customize your store even more. So without saying anything a little bit more, but that is in store, and we're always listening to you
Those
guys.
are big
So if you have any
features, you
questions,
know.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
those features are for people that are there and they already face the struggle
Mm.
of loading. And but amazing, those are amazing feature. I hope you're able to actually release those ones very soon, and you're successful, and your users are going to be happy.
Yeah.
And the last question is, I just used that after my free trial, right? It doesn't expire, right? It's talking about the price.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
25% off, it's not gonna expire.
it will start after the trial, if I believe, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. So, Maury, we have over an hour. That's our calling time. I want to
Awesome.
say thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for asking all these questions for us. Thank you for coming, partnering with BIGVU. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much for giving us an amazing information about your company and all the things that amazing things that you do, and helping all these small businesses and growing businesses to actually sell their products online. So I appreciate, happy to have partnered with you, and just wish you a lot of success. And I wish all the people that need videos to come to BIGVU and record them and publish them on their e-commerce, from testimonial to product videos to anything. So thank you, Marie. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Thanks a lot, Bruno, on the back end, helping us with all the links, all the questions, and everything. So thank you all, and have a good day if you're American. Have a good night if you're Europe. And that's it. See you in the next
Thank you so
webinar.
much. Yeah, thank you for everyone who's coming. Yeah. If you guys have any other questions, just you know where to contact us.
Amazing. All right. Bye bye for now, guys.
Teleprompter, create videos you're proud of. Easily trim your video by selecting the words where you want to start and end. Color your presentation with automatic subtitles and highlighting keywords. Add your brand logo. Add music for an emotional touch. Add your contact info on an animated business card on all your videos. Easily replace green screen with an image or a video loop. Stand out with a web page with your logo, your video at the center, and personalized button for visitors to interact. It's one tap to simultaneously upload your videos on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Always know what to say next with the BIGVU Teleprompter.